Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag live if you're watching this live, hashtag replay if you're on replay. I want to know you're there. I want some interaction. So if you are watching this video, please interact in the comment section. Anything that may strike you as valuable to you or something you may have a question on, you want something expounded upon, please drop it in the comment section. Let's make this interactive. Now, I talked a little bit about some of my coaching methodologies, and I want to get into one right now. And it is the rack method. And it is how to really be able to get down deeper, thinking about what is causing some of our behavior patterns. So let's take emotional eating, okay? You know, it's really easy for a coach to sit and coach a client and be like, well, stop eating all of that. You know, you should eat your fruits and vegetables. You should eat high amounts of protein, right? But continuously, this person falls back into the same trap of emotional eating. They're eating, mindlessly watching TV. They're, going out to restaurants and eating, all the appetizers, eating, their meal, and then they're getting dessert at the end. This happens over and over again, and hashtag me if that's you. To solve that puzzle, to be able to get in and understand the intricacies of why this exists is so much more deeper than just saying, here's a meal plan, go eat this instead of what you're doing. Because it's not going to happen. We're talking about years and years and years of developing this habit, this behavior, isn't going to get solved at the drop of a hat. And it's sure as hell not going to get solved with some type of diet or nutritional protocol, because it isn't the nutrition that's the problem. It's the psychology and what is being received by the human because of the behavior that is enacted. It's so much more deeper than that. And this is where this coaching methodology comes into play, because I don't solve problems. I'm not a problem solver in the work that I do with people. I dissolve them. I show you that you don't have problems, that there's nothing wrong with you. Now, are there behavior patterns that exist within you that are causing you to, have emotional responses or gain weight or whatever the case may be? Of course. That may persist for you. But the fact that you believe you have a problem based on the way other people have treated you, you've treated yourself, things that have been told to you, the stress, the anxiety, the depression that may exist in you, this is where the exhibiting behavior comes from. But at the end of the day, there's not a damn thing wrong with you. But in order for us to be able to dissolve all of that emotional ties to this behavior pattern, because believe it or not, all your behavior patterns are driven in psychology. If we can dive deep into that, we can curve it, and then we can make a better version of yourself. So, number one is to find the root cause. What is the root cause that this issue exists? And this isn't just, again, going back and saying, okay, eat these foods versus eating these foods. Why are we eating this? What is the emotional thing that we've got going on in our brain that when we do this behavior that it gives to us? What is the thought that we have? What triggers us in order to do said behavior? When we find that out, we can then eliminate it, because it's probably rooted in the way that we believe about ourselves. You won't hear a lot of people talk like this. But based on my background, based on what I've been doing for a long, long time, this is what I believe. I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. But it seems to work with people. Number two is this root cause, whatever it is. Okay? Here's one. You were always told as a child to clean your plate. Always. So therefore, you've carried that behavior pattern with you your whole life. So therefore, if you're given a plate of food, you've got to finish it. Even if you're not hungry. There could be the root cause. What are the effects of that root cause? Well, the effects are anxiety around eating, because in your mind ingrained, here you go, I got to do this. You may not even been aware that these two things are connected, but they are. So what affects it? Well, I gain weight because every time I'm given a plate, I've got to eat it all. So I'm constantly having to do this, and this. This is common. Again, we don't know that these two are related. Hashtag me in the comment section if this is something you can relate to. So what are the effects of the root cause? Well, I'm gaining weight. I feel bad about myself. My emotional state isn't right because I keep gaining weight. And I don't know why, that I keep eating all the food. Just dive deep into it. Nothing wrong with you. You just have a behavior pattern that was drilled in you as a kid, and now it's exhibiting itself as an adult. But if we're not aware of it, if we don't acknowledge it, if we don't accept it, take action towards it, it's going to always persist. So we figure out what the effects of that root cause is. Boom, we change that narrative. This obviously takes longer than the first two, because you're not going to correct the narrative you have about yourself in a conversation with me, just one. It's not going to happen. But what will happen is we'll chip away. We'll chip away at this narrative, develop a new narrative that you have about yourself, that you have to be held responsible for the fact that you're here. You're an exemplary human being. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass, but you had a 1 in 4 trillion shot at being here on this planet. And guess what? You're here. You have to be held responsible for the fact that there is no one else like you on this planet. No matter what baggage it is that you pull through for however long you've been on this planet, same thing goes for me. But if we can change that narrative about ourselves, we show up differently in every single situation. We feel confident, we have better self-esteem, lower anxiety, lower depression. We have a purpose. We're all here because we have a purpose. You may not know what it is yet, totally fine. But you believe you have a problem. I believe you don't. That separates me from the thought processes of most people. If we can look at it from that angle, maybe, just maybe, we can change this narrative about you. This is where I come in. This is what I do. So I've committed to taking on 5 clients to bridge the gap between nutrition, wellness, and fitness, and psychology and mindset. Bridge the gap because they all matter. They're all wrapped up into one. How we feel about ourselves, the narrative that we have about ourselves, the things that we've carried through however long we've been on this planet. To be the best version of ourselves, to step into our power, to live our purpose, because that's why we're here. So if that's you, put your favorite emoji in the comment section if that's comfortable for you. If not, shoot me a message. My DMs are open all night long. So shoot it to me. We'll have a free coaching call. We can talk about these things and what this actually looks like for you. Because the way it looks like for you may be different than it looks like for somebody else. But at the end of the day, the idea is for you to be the best version of you. Hashtag value if you found value in this video. Buff Gandhi, I'm out. Woo!